Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, advance happy new year, sir.
Again, sir, advance happy new year.
ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ those who want to speak only ମାନେ sequentially କଥା ହୁଅନ୍ତୁ, ଅନ୍ୟ ନହେଲେ ମାଇକ୍ ଟା ଅଫ୍ କରିଥାନ୍ତୁ, ନହେଲେ background disturbance is always bothering, you know. And ଆଉ 3ଟା କ୍ଲାସ ରହିଲା, we have to finish 2 modules, ମାନେ ୟା ପରେ 3ଟା କ୍ଲାସ ରହିଲା, so including today it is 4 classes. I have circulated I have given the module 3 to Rasmi madam, hope she has circulated it. Pailani?
No, sir.
So she will circulate. And don't only depend on what I have given, because you know these classes are very short, so I am only getting 2 periods, so my slides are limited to that, but they can provide you some basis, and you have to refer to some other materials. I don't know if you have got books and all, so based on that you should be able to read.
Yes, sure, sir. Got it, sir.
So next point, this module is regarding ethical issues. There are 2 modules. Last 2 modules are ethical issues 1 and ethical issues 2. Ethical issues 1 covers marketing, finance, and HR. And ethical 2, I think, if I remember correctly, it covers IT and other engineering, medical, and public services and all. So most of you are working professionals, I presume. I don't know if all of you are working or not. But if you are working, yes or no?
Yes, sir. I am working.
Yes,
sir. Yes,
sir. We are working. No, sir.
Most of you are working or not? What is the majority?
Yes, sir. Working. Yes, sir.
Majority is working.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Majority is working professional, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me what can be ethical in marketing and what can be unethical in marketing. One by one. Don't make it everybody. Whosoever wants to speak, please speak in a queue so that it is good. You can raise your hand or something like that, and we will see. Those who want to speak can come forward and speak.
Sir, can you repeat the question again, please?
The topics covered in this module are ethics in marketing, ethics in finance, and ethics in HR. So first point is ethics in marketing. So what is ethical practice in marketing, or reversely, what is unethical practice in marketing?
Okay.
So when organization tries to sell adulterate or not a good quality product to customers, that is the unethical marketing, by giving incomplete information about the product.
Incomplete information about the product. So how somebody can sell not good quality material?
Yeah, sir. Nowadays we can see that on the in the front page of the in the product, you can see it's written that there is no added sugar. But if you go to the ingredients, there you find some artificial sugars. So it is a totally unethical way to sell the product.
Okay. So that is how you decide. What else? Suppose somebody is we know maximum of our people in the store.
Sir, I have an example.
Yeah.
I have an example of Red Bull. Okay, Red Bull have an ad that's the tagline of it is Red Bull give you wings. So someone is filed a case and said that it does not give me wings, and it is a fake marketing. So that he wins the case, and some money. I mean, the Red Bull has been fined about it. So whenever the ad is coming nowadays, its spelling of wings is different. So that is, I think, when we market some product, we have to be.
But tell me, if you are making an advertisement where you are saying by imitation or by making a animation that if you take this, you will fly. Does it really mean that that is what they are promoting?
No, sir.
So somebody, if somebody is going to file a case for that, I think that also is not very ethical. But what you say is correct. If see what the I don't know, I don't remember her name when somebody said about added sugar and all. So if what she was telling is correct, suppose you are claiming that it doesn't contain any fruit and any fruit, it is only artificial something like all juices and all. If it doesn't contain fruit pulp, and you are saying but it contains fruit pulp while in reality, then there is something wrong. If you are saying it doesn't contain sugar, but it contains sugar in reality, then it is wrong. Similarly, if you are selling something at a higher price, which the price is for a wrong product, you are saying charging more price, that also should be wrong. And in this advertisement part is part of marketing. And so I think Pravanjan Praharaj was telling.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Then Dev, you want to say something?
Yes, sir.
No, my point of view, actually, whatever you are said, my point of view is exactly to that point, but I failed to elaborate in the
no
same.
issue, no issue. I understood your point.
Sir, this is Dev, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, from my point of view, I think if certain organization is registered under law, then it is ethical. If it is not registered, then it is unethical.
Only registration will make it ethical, or only registration will make it unethical? If you are a registered company and you sell adulterate product, then you are a ethical company.
No, sir. Actually, if it is registered, then it has to go through certain procedures, sir.
But do you think that all registered companies in India are behaving that way?
Not behaving, sir, but
so
mostly.
That is where you have to be very careful. Okay. Next, Abhishek Kumar.
Evening,
I will come to you. What is your name?
Abhishek Kumar, sir.
No, someone is, I can see his photo, but I don't see his name.
Sir, good evening, sir. Subrat Kumar this side.
We'll just wait. Let Abhishek finish, you will see. Abhishek.
ଏବେ ଯୋଉ ଆମେ ଦେଖିଲା ଫେୟାର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଲଭଲି କେସଟା ସେଟା ତ ରେସିଆଲ ବୋଲି ସେଟାକୁ ନା ଚେଞ୍ଜ କଲା, ସେଟା ଏଥିକାଲ ନା ଅନଏଥିକାଲ?
ସେଟା ତୁମେ କୁହ।
ସେଟା ତ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଅନଏଥିକାଲ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେ ଚେଞ୍ଜ କଲା ଗ୍ଲୋ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଲଭଲି କୁ। ସେଟା ରେସିଆଲ ହେଇ ଯାଉଥିଲା ବୋଲି ସେଟା ଅନଏଥିକାଲ ହବ ନା?
ନାଇଁ, ସେଟା ରେସିଆଲ ମାନେ it was belittling black skin color.
Yeah, dark skin person.
Dark skin color. So some people with dark skin, they made a protest and something was done and they didn't want to get into that controversy and they withdraw. But what I was telling in advertisement, I think there are advertisements like, that chocolate, 5-star or something like that. Somebody becomes Rekha, somebody becomes something, and when bhook lagta hai to pura badal jata hai, this advertisement. All those advertisements are for making you attract, not that they are saying that if you do this, then you will be like this. It is not that. So let us not take.
Sir, actually ମୁଁ ପିଲାବେଳେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବସ ରେ ଯାଉଥିଲି ତ କଣ୍ଡକ୍ଟର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡାକିକି କହୁଥିଲା ଆସ ପଛରେ ବହୁତ ଜାଗା ଅଛି ସେ ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଆଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ଯେ କିନ୍ତୁ ପଛରେ ଗଲା ବେଳକୁ ବସ ରେ ବହୁତ ଖୁନ୍ଦା ଖୁନ୍ଦି ଲୋକ ଥିଲେ, ତ ସେ ସବୁବେଳେ ହିଁ ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ତ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ସେଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଅନଏଥିକାଲ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ।
Subrat Penthoi, please.
Sir, good evening, sir. Subrat this side.
Good evening.
Sir, ethical means whenever we are marketing anything, product, so that should be in a quality and a quantity should be as per that price, because there is a competitor in the market, and this should be under ethical. And unethical means we are just selling in a high price and the quality and the quantity is not as comparability competitor is not good. I think that should be under unethical. This is my opinion.
If you are giving on the package, you are saying 500 gram, and exactly inside it is 495 or 499. then also it is unethical. It should be 500 gram. If you are saying 1 liter, it should be 1 liter. If you are not selling 1 liter, say I am selling 720 liter, then it is okay. So whatever you are doing, you should be clear, but it should be transparent. It should not there. You should not hide something. Now,
Yes, sir.
in our childhood, there are some in remote places, some trucks would come and they will sell utensils, steel utensils. And if you take those steel utensils, they will look like steel utensils when you buy. But when you go home or use after some time, they will all that nickel plated with rough, very bad nickel plating. And after some time, it will be iron, it will be rusting. So
Exactly.
again that. Then suppose, I don't know if you are seeing in your locality, wherever in Bhubaneswar where I stay, Kolkata market or something like that, they come and they move a car or move a Tata S with a announcement, and they say that everything is 120 rupees. And these people, they are dodging GST. All roadside business are doing that. I'm not saying they're bad or unethical, but if you decide ethics, then they are wrong, because you should not do a business without GST and all. And you see, there is one person he sells khadi dresses. He brings it from Patna. It is on roadside only, and whatever he charges, it is all no GST, nothing. All that is wrong, because that should not be the thing. So marketing will be ethical. Pravir Kumar sir, you want to say something?
Sir. Sir, Borton Joda registered company sir कहूଥିଲେ sir. So most of the registered company is going through some sort of certification. Sir, जो गुड़ा को certification देखी जाओ जो TUB वाले वाला certification नहीं वाला international certification देखी से मन तो sir भूल करे chances ही बहुत कम रहुच.
ये कोई
Sir मु मो company कथा कहूची sir हमें तो भूल करे chances ही कम.
आपन को company ने काम करू?
Sir नालको रे मु company रे काम करू sir हमें worldwide export करूचु हमें quality कोनोसी प्रकार compromise करी पारनु.
कोठी काम करूचंती आपण को डिपार्टमेंट?
Sir नालको रे sir national aluminum company.
अरे बाबा नालको रे को कंपनी को डिपार्टमेंट रे?
Sir मु अच्छी CPP sir power plant.
मु 20 वर्ष नालको रे चाकरी करछि हला.
Sir.
मु ex Nalconian. But the issue is, Nalcor Kotha, you are saying TUV, but tell me, as a public sector, how you are comparing yourself? See, why I am saying is certification is not a be all or end all. If you are taking certification, you are totally ethical. That is one thing we should not agree to. I'm not saying Nalco is unethical, but if you see Nalco, the way we are wasting our national resources, you compare Nalco with productivity of Vedant, you compare. So all that
sir,
cases.
Sir, I am saying about all these.
I understood.
Sir, that medical companies, pharma companies are competent with their certification, no, sir. They should not violate. They must not violate.
Certification will not ensure quality of product unless the company is really ethical. You please understand that. That is what I am trying to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Indian condition, at least. Yes, some company in Noida or some Ghaziabad somewhere has exported cough syrup, and 15-20 children died in Kazakhstan or somewhere.
Uzbekistan.
And you know that company is now closed because government is now, when that company has gone through every certification, everything he has got. So you never know what is happening. So my point is, only certification, only registration in Indian context will not ensure ethical behavior. Whatever my experience is. Aditi Sahu.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Please start with the answer. Don't. Go.
सर कहतली जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नउछंती माने लोक माने ब्रिज बनेबाको हो कि गां रे रोड बनेबाको हो ढळाई रास्ता करिबाको तो धर से माने आउछंती गवर्नमेंट रो 10 लाख रो तो सेठी तो पीओ
मार्केटिंग कथा हेबे कोंतु एई बडा तो मु बुझुची एबडा तो हम भारत वर्ष रे जोटी खोजिबे सेठी बारियो सेटा ही सुनो मु मार्केटिंग कथा कहूची मार्केटिंग रो किछि एग्जांपल आनंतु आपण देखिथिबे आपण माने झियो पिला माने जेतले जते जो मन करंतु लिपस्टिक किनिया को गले जदि लैक्मी रो हाँ लैक्मी रो बा आईलाइनर एगुडा जेते सब जिंस जो माने आपण माने लगाउथबे जहा करथबे काई मु एगुडा कहूची मोर झियो फियो माने लगांती सेत में मु जानि छी तो सेगुड़ा जो किणवे आप ब्रांडेड जगह न किणुंट आपको से जिन कौन मिल यू आर नेवर श्योर आप लगेला आपको कौन अवस्था हम दैट आल्सो यू आर नॉट श्योर सो दैट इज वेयर मार्केटिंग रे प्रॉब्लम हुए इवन हमरो
सर बट एथिक्स तो देखि सर आपन सस्टेनेबिलिटी ता एथिक्स देखि ही आसीबो ना सर नले एते लंबा आपन मार्केट रे सस्टेन करि परिबेन तो जदी बारंबार कंटीन्यूअसली
निश्चित किंतु जो लोक माने सब करूचंती तांकर सस्टेनेबिलिटी इज इट देयर मोटो और नॉट दैट आल्सो अदिति मैडम आ किछि कहिबे
सर सर ऑनलाइन भी सर देखो अमेजन ब्लू हेवन हो कि जहाँ भी हमरो नायिका जहाँ भी हमरो ब्रांडेड हो देखो कम रेट रे किंतु मु पचारथली दुकान जे भाई ना एटा ठीक ना ना सेगार माने माने फेक प्रोडक्ट ताकू बेटर हो तमे निजे जाई मार्केट किनु सेटा बेटर ऑनलाइन भी फेक पडुची
so let us now go through some slides I have prepared for you and then we'll see because you know we have limited time. Then marketing ethics works with the moral principle behind the regulation and operation of marketing approach. The ethical issue confronted in the area includes price discrimination and price fixing. आमे कथा होतले जेमती ए जो ब्रीच टेंडर कथा आदिति मैडम कहतले से जगह रे सपोज जेतले टेंडर होची सेतले कार्टेल बनै कि जदि प्राइस फिक्सिंग करचंती बा प्राइस टेंडर और प्राइस टाको रेगुलेट करे चेष्टा करची देन इट्स ए अनएथिकल थिंग. Then even in marketing also, if some companies who have monopoly, if they start dictating their price, then it's a unethical practice. What is price discrimination? When you see, you know, same product having different prices, and the patented answer for that is quality. If you go to any other place, right from the roadside vendor to any big shop, अरे इतना क्यों दाम है वो तो यहाँ इतना था बोलने से then he will start saying कि सर क्वालिटी देखिए अरे भाई क्वालिटी हम हाथ में लगा के क्या देखें but you know that is why they make thing you know that in there are costs for running a big shop, nobody doubts that, but you know that overhead should be to a limited amount, not that it will differentiate the price in a big way. So that is where we have to be careful. Abhishek and Aditi, you want to say something, or you please put down your hand? Sushant has raised his hand. Sushant, what do you want to say?
जो कहले प्राइस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिंगल प्रोडक्ट रे प्राइस होची जो क्वालिटी सर सुनि परछन
हां
सुनि परछन
तम वॉइस बहुत तम नेटवर्क की किछि इशू अछि बोधे माय वॉइस ता क्लियर हो
सर
नले चार्ट हां को
सर जो प्राइस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन अपन कहले सिंगल प्रोडक्ट रो क्वालिटी जो प्राइस माने डिफरेंस आछी
मु सुनु जी को
हां तर सेटा सर से बहुत जगह रे एबे आज का डेट रे एमिति होची जो जगह रे कि माने प्राइस माने प्रोडक्ट रो क्वालिटी भी लोअर होची किंतु सब जानि सुनि के प्राइस को कोढै के रखचंती एथि पय कि जे लोकंकर माइंडसेट हे जायछि जे अधिक प्राइस माने
सेटा भी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन परा.
ओके सर
that is also discrimination. Are jota where the quality the product itself doesn't demand the price, then there is discrimination. Understood? जन तम स्टूडेंट मान का भितरे जे भलो स्टूडेंट हुए से किनु टॉप करि गला, then there is some discrimination. Yes or no?
Yes,
hello
sir.
Yes sir.
Okay, so that is what is. Then text or copy of advertisement. This is another very big issue in marketing area. You know, you just copy somebody's advertisement. Just like we make Hindi films out of English film, or take Tamil films and make Hindi film. All that is copying. So similarly, if you try to copy some advertisement from somewhere, some other company, then it is again an unethical practice. Because your product and that product may not be having the same USP. So you should have your own strategy and advertisement. So that is one.
Sir, is there any role of CCI here?
Competition or corporation you are talking?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Competition Commission, I think.
Of India, CCI. But why should there be a role of CCI in this case?
Sir, if a company is copying the product like Tata and Taja salt.
CCI is for something else. CCI is to ensure that we have a less monopolistic market. CCI role is that.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
It is not for advertisement. There is just like a bank ombudsman, there are ombudsmen for advertisement. So there is a code of conduct of advertisers. So they will take care of this. And then miscommunicating advertisement. We talked at the beginning. I think Mr. Praharaj, he said about that Red Bull and all. So something like that. And even I said some chocolate. I don't remember the name, that bar, 5-star or some other bar. So that, and you know, many advertisements are like that. But see, some of the advertisement you have to be very careful. Miscommunicating is, as somebody has said, that you say that this soft drink doesn't contain sugar, but if in reality it contains sugar, then that is miscommunication. But if you are trying to dramatize your advertisement, that is one thing, another thing. Because we all generally understand that, like, you know, that there is Akshay Kumar's also advertisement where she takes the girl to the gorilla or something, like after drinking some energy drink. So all those advertisements are dramatization. So that is another issue. But if you are saying, like, if you know, some people may believe that by drinking this, your energy will increase to that extent that you can climb a 10-story building without that, then it is a miscommunication. So you have to be very careful when you are doing that. And that is why nowadays you will see the advertisers or the companies will write something, disclaimer like a type of thing. And
so is ethical or non-ethical, sir?
Which one?
This dramatization
in every cases cannot be considered as unethical, but in cases where, suppose because of those advertisements some people are into trouble, then that becomes, in those cases it becomes unethical. But generally, you know, when suppose somebody is dramatizing something and giving also a disclaimer, like, you know, in that Tufan or that thumbs up, that it is done by experts, don't try to emulate, all that is given. So with those warnings and all, you can say it is okay. And that is how it has been cleared, because there are also agencies to oversee the advertisement part. But miscommunication should be avoided to the extent possible. But, you know, without dramatization, your advertisement will lose that appeal. Most of the things you remember because of the dramatization. You remember a product because of a very particular sentence or a keyword or something like that. So there, and the advertiser or the company has to be very careful. But miscommunication prima facie says that you should not mislead a person. You are talking of, suppose you are talking of now a EV car. When you are saying that, you know, that it can run 360 kilometers, suppose I'm saying, just to give a figure, then if you are not writing that under testing conditions, then again it becomes a miscommunication, because it may not be so when you are driving on the road. So you may have different issues. So similarly, all the mileage issues which is given in the advertisement is with a rider that it is under testing conditions. It is not under the normal conditions. So that is where you have to be very careful. And black and gray market. Can anybody tell me what is black and what is gray? What is black and what is gray? Any idea?
No idea, sir.
Sir, black jota chora bade.
Chora bajata kon? Aur grey ta kon? Black is something. Black market is something where the product also is. You are not sure of the product. It may be something like that. Illicit liquor or हमारा जो duplicate things there, that is black market. Gray market is good things, proper things sold in without where against the regulations. Like suppose in some state there is a prohibition of liquor. and there you take from Orissa and sell there the same product, because the original product you are selling in Bihar where there is prohibition, then it is grey marketing. But suppose you are mixing something and making a product which is totally bad, then it is black marketing. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So that is where, so black marketers are more dangerous than grey marketers. Grey marketers are people who are dodging tax, or they are dodging some statutory issues, but black marketers are people who can create problem for everyone. They are not even may not be selling the good thing. They may be selling something which is harmful. So that is the difference. So there you have to be careful. Black and grey both are unethical practices in marketing.
Sir, black market रे तो pricing भी affect करिवो ना?
Exactly, sir. Black marketing रे तो सेमान जो जिनस टा आनंती किंबा ग्रे मार्केट रे भी तो सीधा ओरिजिनल जो प्रोडक्ट रे जेते मार्केट प्राइस रे बिकाय तादो अधिका प्राइस रे सेमाने कस्टमर को बिकंती. And customer
सेरा काई की हुए?
Because of demand, sir.
Demand of product.
So when there is provision, गोटे मद पिया मिलुनी गोटे जगह ओपनली, से जगह जदि जने मद नै कि बिकला से कोन अब से समान दाम रे बिकियो?
सर एमआरपी रू भी अधिकारी बिकुचंदी ना?
कोटा?
एमआरपी रू भी अधिकारी बिकुचंदी.
That is why it is black and grey market. That is not a normal market. That is why it is unethical.
अच्छा. That is black market, sir.
Sir, जो black market जो बातें
I defined black market and grey market. Suppose you are in the name of old monk, you are selling something which is not old monk, that is black market. But if you are selling old monk in a market which is prohibitive, where there is prohibition for selling liquor, then it is grey market. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Suppose you have suppose you when you go to the airport, there is a liquor shop, and in the liquor shop, if he is selling something which is not exactly what the brand is saying, जो पैकेट में है वो या जो बोतल के नाम पे ऊपर पे लिखा है, that is not the thing. Inside is something wrong. That is black marketing. Even though it is being sold in the airport in an authorized center. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Suppose you are selling a like I don't know if you hear, if you have heard, ये जो chain snatching हुए, सेगुड़ा हुए कौन? Then next step is what?
Sold black market.
They find their way to the market. Some goldsmiths, they purchase it, and because they are stolen things, they purchase at lesser price, but they sell it higher at the normal gold price. You know, after melting and all, they make other things and they sell at normal gold price. So there it is black marketing. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ethical marketing is a philosophy that focuses on honesty, fairness, and responsibility. So you are responsible for your product, and you are honestly conveying whatever your product is made of. And fairness is again fairness in price, fairness in quality. Whatever you are saying, you are fair. You are not hiding something. Though wrong and right are subjective, a general set of guidelines can be put in place to ensure the company's intent is broadcasted and achieved. Principles of this practice include, actually, in countries like America and Canada, there is a marketing code. Their marketing, the companies or the agencies like the agency we have, or organizations like CII, FICCI, and all that. No, they have also a marketing federation, marketing associations. They have put down guidelines. Like in India, you have guidelines for chartered accountants, you have guidelines for company secretary put up by their association. Similarly, in America and Canada, they have a guideline. So some guidelines can be there. In India, as far as I know, it is not yet there. But you know, many of the big organizations, they are following the international standards. So some of the principles can be a shared standard of truth in marketing communication. So that is why this dramatization is part of that. They are at least market understood, and people at large understand that these are not exact things, they are only dramatization. In that case, you can say that they are doing something ethically. But if you know some people are illiterate or people who do not understand things and they unfortunately get into trouble, then for those people it becomes unethical. A clear distinction between advertising and sensationalism, that also we must understand. the biggest example is, in present day time, the government's achievements are advertised in a big way, but the basic issues are still under the carpet. We are still not sure whatever data, when like inflation and all, when the data or the indexes which are being published, nobody is now very sure how they compare to the earlier indices or bases of 1980 or 1990. So there you may, there was one statement when this NDA government came into power in the first term, that, they are making 6 kilometers of road in a day when other governments were making 1 kilometer, something like that, some figure. Now, how that figure was coming? Earlier, the 1 kilometer was, suppose it is a 4-lane road, the 1 kilometer means all 1 kilometer, all 4 lane. Now, the new statement said, because it is 4 lane, it is 1 into 4. And then again it was corrected, all that. So what sensationalism and advertising, that is the difference. Then endorsement should be clear and transparent. Endorsements like, big people who are endorsing a product. There were some issues with Cadbury chocolates, and many people have to apologize. The stars who were advertising that, they apologized and they said, and there were also court cases and all. But okay, as subsequently it was set right and all. But there, when you are endorsing something, you should be clear. There are some people, they have a rule. They don't endorse liquor, and they don't endorse a cigarette. So that can be there. You can have something, and there should also be a guideline for that. Consumers' privacy should be maintained at all times. You should not just bring out someone and say something like, we are now on the online marketing, and based on our internet surfing and all, most of our data is now public. So there, our marketing also should not use them just like that. They should not overuse these data. So that is where again ethics comes in. Government standards and regulation must be adhered and practiced by marketers. That is first and foremost. Then only you can be ethical. Ethics for a free and perfect market are as follows. What is a free and a perfect market? Any idea?
No, sir.
Which can be access to anyone, sir?
Access to anyone. If somebody wants to produce that product, he should have a free choice, to a freedom to access. If someone buys, he should also have the same freedom. So its free market is based on simple competition, nothing else. The market dynamics are decided by demand supply. Nobody else interferes. Understood?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
When the market is guided, the prices, the volume of production, everything is guided simply by a demand and supply situation, then it is a perfect market or a free market. There is no influence. Like, suppose you open up your economy. I will give you an example. There is no restriction on import. Then in steel or in some product, India faces a big problem. Indian products which are produced in India cannot compete with Chinese products. So there, to protect our Indian companies, we are imposing import duty. So that is not a free or perfect market. And I am not saying every country should free their import-export policies, should not charge anything. I'm not saying that, but that is an example of free market. Free market is governed by the price, the demand, the supply part. Means anyone who wants to buy a particular quality, he should have access to that, and he will get a justified price. The price will be decided by the demand supply situation, not by somebody's will and need. I don't know, somebody, Prabir Sahu, or who is in Nalco? He is there or he has left? That in Nalco, they follow a LME, London Metal Exchange. London Metal Exchange is the main agency who decides the prices of various metals like aluminum, copper, and all these metal, non-steel metal. For steel, they have similar agency who decides about the pricing, and these prices are based on a gamut of things, and you can assume that they are free, and they are not influenced by anyone. They take into account the availability, the demand supply situation, and then give a price. And if you can compete and operate in that, then you can be told as if you are operating in a free market. So what are the conditions of that? Free to choose the business. Perfectly competitive markets respect the right to freely choose the business one enters. In perfectly competitive markets, exchanges are voluntary and respect the right of free choice. So nobody is forced to do something. He has his rights to buy. Like the way you go to a vegetable market, you are free to buy whatever you want. There may be price differences, but if you like the product, you may pay a higher price and buy that. If you don't like the product, you may pay a lesser price and take that. So that can be one example. Now, when you are talking of a competitive market, in the world, there is a tremendous imbalance in technology. Countries with having technology generally do not supply the technology to others. Now, in that case, the market is not free, because you have technology, you are trying to influence the market by restricting your technology to your people only. So there, then the market becomes imperfect. So Aditi Sahu, your pen and all is moving. So please do stop that. In perfectly competitive market, no seller exerts coercion by dictating prices, quantities, or kinds of goods consumer must buy. Perfectly competitive markets let consumers buy the most satisfying bundle of goods, so they distribute goods in a way that maximizes utility. Perfectly competitive markets encourages firms to use resources efficiently to keep costs low and profits high. Because in a perfectly competitive market, if you do not you have no other option to compete in price. So you have to be very productive, you have to be efficient to control your price so that you survive in the market, because the market is driven by demand supply situation and not by anybody's will and all. So if you are unable to compete with others, then in the market, then you will fall out, you will be out of the market. So you have to be efficient. You have to understand how they are able to make certain things in a particular price and do that. And Chinese people have really made the world very competitive. The way they have, it's not that China has not imposed and not given benefits to the people. They have the government has helped people in doing that, but the efficiency of the manufacturers also is there. The next point is ethics in finance. I think most of you will agree that this is one of the very crucial point in in business ethics. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because that is where everything is made or broken. Companies become NPA only when they are mismanaged financially. I'm not saying that technically or engineering wise they cannot become NPA. They can be, but most of the companies who have become NPA are because of some improper financial decisions. And one example can be how ethics in finance is very clearly seen is, I have not seen a single owner or promoter of a big company, those who have become NPAs, like the Singhals of Bhushan Reputation and other like DHFL, the Diwan and all. None of them have become pauper, but their company has become NPA. It means they have made money, but the company has failed. It only indicates a wrong, but unethical practice in that business. So that is where it is very crucial for any business to remain ethical. So what can be areas of unethical practices in finance? Misleading financial evaluation or analysis. आपनको भितरु केही सत्यम विषय रे अवेयर अछंती?
Yes sir, I know sir, because I am
कौन आइतला कहि परिबे?
Sir, this is Subrat Kumar. I can explain that. Because sir, I am also in a finance background. I am working in a finance department. So the Satyam was there was some finance department was done some mistransactions, something like that, and that's why I just hold on.
So what was that mistransaction? Can you give some example?
Because sir, that transaction that was found at the time because the auditor was also involved in that case.
No, I understand. I know that. But what I'm saying, there are, for example, it can be, in their balance sheet, they were showing bank balance.
Yes.
But there were no fixed deposits in the bank.
Exactly. But there actually it was not at bank.
Similarly, they were showing that they have some cash surplus in their accounts, but which was not there. They have all siphoned that money to MITA.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. That's why I said that auditor was involved in that case.
That is why I'm asking you. Please give you example. I understand the auditors, PwC auditors were debarred. They were hand in gloves with Ramalinga Raju, and that is how we could manipulate that.
You are right, sir. Your example is right, sir.
The leading auditing house, PwC, 2 auditors from there were debarred for some years. Now I think they have rejoined. They have got back their license after.
You are right, sir. You are right, sir.
Being banned for something. So there are many cases. UTI is one of the example. Unit Trust of India. It was running a very good company till the first BJP government. And something happened at that time. They gave loan to some organizations and all, and suddenly the whole company collapsed. So the Unit 64, US 64, that was Unit Scheme 64, is one of the biggest scheme in India at that point of time. That was, and people were investing because that time the share market was not mature. There were no SIP, mutual funds were not there, and there were not many mutual fund houses also. So Unit Trust of India is one of where many ordinary people invested, and US 64 was one of the biggest scheme of theirs. But suddenly, because of hello, somebody wants to say something.
Sir, UTI mutual fund एबे भी तो चलचे.
बुझी पल्ली नहीं. UTI चलीची एबे. UTI तापरे 3 भाग हेला. UTI तापरे 3 भाग हेला. से जो कोलैप्स हेला, सेतरे UTI 3 भाग हेला. सेतरे UTI 3 भाग हेकी तर विभिन्न हिसाब रे चलीची, but it is not the same. Financially, it is not the same company as it was earlier. And it was
Axis Bank is a part of UTI.
Axis Bank is a part of UTI.
I am asking that because their IFSC code is also UTI.
UTI got also banking license. Axis came from that, but now Axis is a different thing. UTI ro jo Unit Trust of India jo thila tara bortan the tini bhag hekri tar purna asset has been in one company. They have a mutual fund part. It is being reorganized. But what I hinted at, there was a collapse at a particular point of time. Many people who have invested in US 64, 1964 scheme set up. And they have lost money on that. And government then money has to be given from Government of India to give those people. So there was a crisis. But this was again, as I said, it was because of mismanagement. Their financial crisis when Harshad Mehta did, then another Ketan Parekh time, and now Nirav Modi. All these are
Yes Bank. Yes Bank is another example.
Yes Bank is another, and this DHFL, ILFS. These are all part of. And I was reading today all these NPA part they started from 2014 and they peaked in 2017. And now we are in a very good situation. Most of the NPAs have been resolved, and the bank's NPA is under control. But when you see the resolutions, what has taken place in some cases, the NPA amount was like 34,000 crores, and the resolution amount got was 17 or 20,000 crore. In some cases, it was still worse. So it is not that though the percentage of NPA has come down, we have recovered all the money. In some cases, the NPA recovery has been good. Like in Bhushan Meramandali, it was 37 or something, and the what Tata offer was more or less same. But then Bhushan Steel and Power in Jharsuguda, in Sambalpur, it was half or less, or just above half. So in many cases, it was like that. So, but these are all because of misleading financial evaluation and analysis, window dressing, misleading financial information, related party transaction not at arm's length. This is one of the criteria for if you go through Companies Act and the roles of directors and others, you will find this repeatedly being emphasized. Related party transaction not at arm's length. Can anyone explain?
Yes, sir. I can explain it. So, this side, the related party transaction, you can call it RPT transaction. Am I right, sir? RPT. It is related to, I mean, for promoter.
Please try to give an example. Please try to give an example so your friends can understand.
Yes, just like a promoter. I mean, a promoter, a company, who is a director, also promoter. I mean, owner, and her daughter, her wife. मतलब कोई भी हो ऐसा हो जो कि उनके साथ में कोई ट्रांजेक्शन हम कर रहे हैं. सपोज आई एम ए डायरेक्टर एंड प्रमोटर वन कंपनी गुड कंपनी रे अछि तार मोर वाइफ साथरे गोटे कंपनी रे गोटे ट्रांजेक्शन होउची, दैट इज कॉल्ड रिलेटेड पार्टी ट्रांजेक्शन.
What is example now? ये Anil Dhut case रे, Videocon case रे, and this ICICI Bank had Chanda Kochar. Chanda Kochar, being a bank's head, gave a loan to Anil Dhut, and Anil Dhut gave money to Chanda Kochar's husband. So this is where this related party transactions not at arm's length. This is a very bright example of that. Similar thing. What he said is correct. If you are a director in one company and you have some interest in another company and you allow these two companies to do business, and that business is not as per normal practices, when that business is giving profit to someone. I can give you another example. There is a company in Balasore they are into ferro alloys, and they have
ispat alloys.
Please don't take names. I know the name. I am not giving you. Don't try to speculate. And what you are saying is not correct. That is not the company I am talking about. There is another company. And that company, the owner, the investor is from some other country, but they are Indians, and they have a group of team. When somebody is a main investor and some people are there to support him. They have also interest in mines in African countries, so they import ore from that country. They have also established a trading company in Europe. So what this Indian company does is, they take iron ore and bring some other ore from Africa, make the processing, and then sell it to the trading company in Europe. Now, by that, what happens? All the profit on the product is made by that European company which is where these people have other. They have also interest, and similarly, the ore they are bringing from Africa, they are making profit in that company. So they are making this Indian company realize very small amount of profit. By that, what is happening? So they are making money outside India. So India is getting is starving. So that way, there also you can say these are all, though it cannot be just. It will not come directly under related party transactions because the companies are registered in different countries, but these are also examples of similar things. And so this is one of the biggest problem.
It is money laundering.
No, it is not money laundering. Money laundering is something else. Money laundering is something else. But it can come under FEMA. You can also frame cases against money laundering. That is another issue. But these are all examples of related party transactions. Insider trading, I think many of you should know this. Securities fraud leading to manipulation of the financial markets. This is we have been witnessing time and again in our Indians. After SEBI took over, things are at least under control. I have somebody known to me in stock market was there in Mumbai. He gave me a name of a company, and the share was around, I think, 14 or 15 rupees. And when I search about that company, it was registered in BSE, but when you go and search, you will find nothing about that. And he promised me, and he said, sir, if you invest in 14 rupees, after this amount of time, or this in next 4 or 5 months, it will touch around 90. So he said me about that, and he was expecting me to invest a lot of money. But I was little worried. I don't believe in all such things. So what I did is I invested only 100 shares. So, but you will not believe that happened. And that company, you will not find anything on the internet. When you search for that company, so what was being done? That must be some fraud going on there. I didn't lose anything because I was trading from a normal channel. So I didn't, I made some profit, but I didn't lose. But it's all manipulation. There is no way that such fudgy company can really do. But that is being done. Securities fraud. One example can be what this security is related to market, but security can also be related to deposits and other LC and other things. So the Nirav Modi case is another example of that. Then misinterpretation in transactions with another party. So you try to manipulate the price. You try to give undue benefit to someone. That also is unethical practice. Executive compensation. That is why Government of India has put in regulations to the maximum amount an executive can be paid. The CEO, CFO, CEO, all that can how much amount they can be paid. So there is a limitation to that, because that is also one way where the money can be siphoned out from business. Then bribery and overbilling of expenditures. Bribery is one part. Overbilling is also facilitation payments. You know what is that? Facilitation payments. Anyone who remembers Neera Radia case? Though nothing has come out of that, and Vaishnavi, I think her group was Vaishnavi. Neera Radia was getting facilitation payments from big companies to make things happen. And fake reimbursement. You make fake bills and take money. Ethics in please put yourself on mute who doesn't want to speak, because unnecessary noises are coming. Ethics in finance includes financial activities like banking ethics, insurance ethics, stock market ethics, debt management, microfinance, ethics of gambling, black markets, speculations, money laundering, etc. So ethics in finance
is a fake reimbursement. Last point.
Fake reimbursement माने जोटा किसी करी न जेमती LTC न जाई करी LTC क्लेम करंदी.
Okay.
बहुत सरकारी केस LTC स्कैम बहुत बड़ा हितला. जानछन ना नहीं?
Sir, ethics of gambling कौन sir? Ethics of gambling?
Our gambling is not legal, but there are countries where there is it is legally allowed. So there has to be some rules.
Goa re legal.
India re legal no.
Goa.
Nah, India re legal no. ମୁଁ ଯେତିକି ଜାଣିଛି, if you are saying it is, but ଏ ମଝିରେ ଚାଲିଥିଲା ଚେଷ୍ଟା ଗୋଆରେ ଆମ ଟୁରିଷ୍ଟ ସ୍ପଟ ମାନଙ୍କରେ କରିବା ପାଇଁ gambling, because foreigners they do come and gamble and lot of money is made. It is like lottery, you invest in and you get. And lottery also has been banned in India. So
actually it is not allowed on Indian land, so that's why they're playing in Indian waters.
So that is where this and all everywhere, all where there is market, financial transaction can come under ethics in finance. Ethics in finance is one of the most important challenges in overcoming the economic crisis. The financial crisis was and also is a crisis of trust in banking system, political system, consumers and investors. Trust is a basic element of economic transactions. And this statement is very, very well proved in black market transactions or under the table transactions. This the Hawala transactions, they are very ethical in their transactions. In Hawala transactions, there is very little chance that you will be cheated. So trust is a basic element in all those transactions. But unfortunately, on white transactions, the trust is in some cases is lacking. Trust cannot be built by opportunism, selfishness, short-termism, personal or institutionalized greed, but by long-term planning, faithfulness to values and convictions. So, and ethics in finance, you need all these very, very clearly. A company will appear to be ethical only when its financial part is at least it is more transparent and ethical. Now, take it for example, if your company says, I know in colleges and schools, the institutions take receipts from the teacher that they are paying him this much amount, but while they pay a lesser amount. That is one of the, again, biggest problem in finance. Some companies, they pay you something, they give you something in writing, they pay something in black, they pay something in white. All these are parts of that. And people who wants to have, this avoiding GST, avoiding taxes, deliberately trying to sow loss to avoid income tax. All these are part of unethical practices of finance. And we all know that Indian, if I don't know if there are 87 students now left. So if I take a survey, I think most of you will agree that most of Indian business are run ethically or unethically. Most, I'm talking, majority.
Unethically. Majority
unethically.
Yes, unethically. We are really not sure what we are doing, what we are buying, what we are getting. We are not sure of anything. Only when there is government rules and restrictions, we are now gaining some confidence. Otherwise, we have known that this dal, they were using polished dal and all, how color they were using. And it are many, and in vegetables they are using something. And in
sabu masare Jagatpur fake factory baharchi sir.
So that is where even chena re paneer, how people are doing. Everything is people are doing that. So we are not sure of what we are eating, what we are buying, how we are. So, but in something, okay. In some products we are little sure, and that is why we are surviving. So ethics in finance is a big area and is a very important area. So there is another thing is code of ethics in finance. There is this is generally available. Act with honesty and integrity, and if you at least follow this, then your company will be ethical in finance. Act with honesty and integrity, avoiding real or clear conflicts of interest in personal or professional relationship. To provide information which is full, fair, accurate, complete, objective, relevant, timely, and understandable. Actually, company law change this reporting format has been also changed quite a bit. And the language, they are even emphasizing on the language, the declarations and all. Now the CEO, CFO also have to sign in addition to the directors, including in and for reports and documents that company files with or submits to the other public communications made by the company. Act in accordance with all applicable laws, rules, regulations of governments and other appropriate private and public regulatory agencies. When you are you should not manipulate your quality standards or your emission standards and all that, and you should not manipulate your actual things, and you should try to be as ethical in your reporting. Act in good faith, responsibly, with due care, competence, and carefulness, without misrepresenting material fact or allowing my independent judgment to be subordinated. So, you should always give the fact to the people so that let them make judgment. You should not impose something, or you should not design your reporting in such a way that people will be made to take some judgment which is wrong. Respect the confidentiality of information acquired in the course of business, except when authorized or otherwise legally obligated to disclose of the information. It should not be used for personal advantage, the insider trading and all. To promote ethical behavior among our associates, adhere to and promote the code of ethics. So this is what is all about financial part. Next is ethics in human resource. I think in the next class we'll finish with that. And many of you will be able to participate in that. And So I will stop at here. Hope you have enjoyed something, and you will receive the module. I think the module for 3, and let's see. And if time permits, in the last class, some of you were interested in discussing about possible questions. We will do that in the last class if time permits. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Advance happy new year, sir.
Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Yes, thank you.
Happy New Year, sir.
Thank
Happy
you. Happy New Year to all of you.
ସାର୍ ସାର୍ ସାର୍
କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ଜଣେ ଅନଏଥିକାଲ ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଅନଏଥିକାଲ ବିହେଭିୟର ସେଟା ଲିଗାଲ କି ଇଲିଗାଲ?
I could not get your question.
ଗୋଟେ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଅନଏଥିକାଲ ବିଜନେସ କରୁଛି, ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କମ୍ପାନୀ ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଅନଏଥିକାଲ ବିଜନେସ କଲା ବେଲେ ସେଟା ଲିଗାଲ ନା ଇଲିଗାଲ?
Both are unethical and it will be illegal.
Both are illegal.
ନାଇଁ ସେଟା ନାଇଁ, ଗୋଟେଟା ପୁରା ଅନଏଥିକାଲ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେଟା ଲିଗାଲ ଏଥିକାଲ କମ୍ପାନୀ, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇ କମ୍ପାନୀ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଖାଲି ଅନଏଥିକାଲ ବିହେଭିୟର କଲା ବେଲେ ସେଟା ଲିଗାଲ ହେବ ନା?
Anyone doing any unethical behavior is illegal if it is going against law. But suppose there is no law and you are doing something, that is another thing. But there are areas of where law is silent. So if you are doing something, that is another thing. But the moment you enter into unethical practices, most likely that you will be doing illegal work.
Anything unethical in business is illegal, sir.
Mostly.
Yes.
Mostly.
Yes, that should be illegal.
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ମୋ କଥା କହୁଛି ସେ ଯୋଉ ଆମ ଏତେ ସବୁ ସ୍କ୍ରାପ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟ ହଉଛି ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରୋନିକ ସ୍କ୍ରାପ ସେଟା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଅନଇଥିକାଲ ନା, ସେଟା ଏଠି ଆସିକି ଡମ୍ପ କରୁଛନ୍ତି।
Import of scrap is not unethical. Why should it be unethical?
Electronics goods.
No, whatever may be. If it is black or gray, then it is unethical. Like suppose Agru, I don't know if you have, any one of you have visited Burma market of Chennai long back, not now, because now all things are available in India. If you go to Chennai in those days, you will find all imported goods there in the Burma market, and they were sold at a very competitive price. But some of them were obtained from customs, which was seized by customs, and some of were smuggled. So if you are selling something which is smuggled, then it is black market and it is unethical. Maybe gray market also it is unethical. But if you are getting something from customs and then selling, that is ethical. But like you may have seen a film called Badmash Company. So they were trying to use some loopholes of the customs, and they were trying to make profit out of that. That whole thing was unethical.
सर गोटे कंपनी लिस्टेड हबा आगुरु तार शेयर गुडाक ग्रे मार्केट रे गोटे प्राइस थाए, लिस्टेड प्राइस, देन लिस्टेड हल्ला परे तार गोटे प्राइस थाए। तो ग्रे मार्केट जति अनएथिकल, देन ग्रे मार्केट रे
कोठी ग्रे मार्केट रे गोटे प्राइस थाए मते कहिले मैडम, शेयर कैन नॉट बी ट्रेडेड इन ग्रे। जदि प्रेफरेंशियल शेयर दिया हला बा कंपनी काहाकू जो माने अलगा राइट्स इशू करके देला, that is another share. But there are rules and regulations through which that preferential share or rights can be used. But whatever is a listed company, whatever share is available to public, that cannot be traded in gray or white, in black. It will only be traded through exchanges now. So there is no
IPO time रे सर गोटे ग्रे प्राइस था, ग्रे मार्केट प्राइस था सर IPO टाइम रे।
सुनो तो IPO था ग्रे मार्केट प्राइस जो थांती वाली कहउछन सेटा कोन सेटा गोटे अंडरस्टैंड, बट who can buy in gray market? Tell me, if you buy in gray market, what will get in today's scenario? If you buy from some gray market, where from the gray market will get share? Tell me.
No sir, gray market is indicating the requirement of the.
It is not a gray market. It is a speculative price.
Yes sir. Yes,
please don't use the word gray, because in share you cannot see, company can issue share to someone without even going for IPO.
Yes.
एलाबोरेट करि देबे कि ग्रे मार्केट ता एक्चुअल कोन?
मु जेमति कहली आपन को जे गोटे जगह रे गोटे जिंस इज नॉट अलाउड. सपोज आई डोंट नो इफ यू हैव सीन at one point of time LED TV Samsung ro India ko aila because of import tax the prices were going high. Okay, so companies or the shops in Calcutta, what they were doing, they will send people to Bangkok. Okay, and each one will buy a LED TV in Bangkok and bring it on as a personal thing. Okay, and they will clear customs. There are rules and all, so that customs clearance will be, they were also managing with the custom people, and it was lesser than the import duty. So what was happening? They were able to sell the original Samsung LED TV bought through this line. Bought through people who have bought it for personal use and clear customs, and they gave it to the. It was all managed by the shop. So that was grey market.
Yes, so how grey market is different than black market? Black market is also the same, no?
Black market is the product is not original product. That is black market. If you are selling something in the name of Samsung TV, but inside the parts are not of the original quality, then it is a black market.
Sir, more of a question.
Any product, first copy, second copy, these are all black market products.
First copy, second copy, cool kaila. Eta apun mane market re suni jandi boli kohujandi. Jemti grey market ro agute dharana apun dଉଛି. आपनकर जो माने बांग्लादेश रे कपड़ा तयारी करजंती बड़ बड़ ब्रांड पई हमर इवन गुजरात रे भी आगु तयारी होतला एबे भी तयारी होती किछि जेतले से माने रिजेक्ट कर दियंती जो प्रोडक्ट से माने नियंतिनी प्रोडक्ट को रिजेक्ट कर दियंती ताकू एठी से माने सेही ओरिजिनल ना रे बिक्री करंती बट एट ए लेसर प्राइस बुझिले दैट कैन यू कैन टर्म एज ग्रे किंतु आपण एठी भुवनेश्वर पिपली रे सेही ड्रेस तयारी करिवे आ खाली से टॉमी हेल्फाइगर रो गोटे माने बैच लगे देबे आ ताकू बिक्री करबे दैट इज ब्लैक I think I have given ample of the example. If you try to understand, you will be able to understand. Someone is asking some other last question.
Sir, more of a question. Agically, sir, electric vehicle ऊपर बहुत चलचे माने जेमते अधिक लोग इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल यूज करिवे हम पोल्यूशन को कमेया पे एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज को दृष्टि रखी बट इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल प्रोडक्शन पे तार गोटे मेन कंपोनेंट होची बैटरी तो आमे जते भी इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल अधिक यूज करवा सेते बैटरी रिक्वायरमेंट हबो आ बैटरी को तैयारी करिया पे जो फैक्ट्री दरकार सेटा दरकार हमर कोयला रे चलिया पे तो जते आमे कोयला जालिबा सेते तो पोल्यूशन भी बढ़िबो
कोयला रे चलिया पे
आज्ञा
कहीं
फैक्ट्री प्रोडक्शन पे तो एनर्जी दरकार ना एनर्जी मोस्टली तो कोल रो ही आसीबो
हां सेटा अलग कथा किनो जो बैटरी जो फैक्ट्री सेटा खाली कोल रो चलियो बोल तो किछ नै ना ठीक अछि आपन क्वेश्चन मो बुझी छि मु सेटा सब बेले कहे समस्त इंडिया रे जहां भी ग्रीन बली कहउचंती दैट इज रियली नॉट ग्रीन बट आई विल टेल यू व्हाट इज द एडवांटेज ऑफ गोइंग इनटू एन ईवी नाउ सपोज हमर तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी दरकार ना नहीं आपण कोन खाली ईवी रो बैटरी तयारी करिया पे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यूज करजंती ना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आपण घर पे भी दरकार घर पे सो आपण ईवी बैटरी तयारी करिया पे कोयला रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बाहर करके यूज कले न कले इट डजंट मेक मच ऑफ अ डिफरेंस बिकॉज़ यू नीड टू जनरेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फॉर नॉर्मल यूज दैट पार्ट इज क्लियर नाउ सपोज in addition to this electricity generation you are driving diesel cars and petrol cars you are also adding pollution to that SOx and NOx and suspended particles are increasing in such a scenario if you are utilizing a part of that electricity which you are already generating and making an EV vehicle which is generating nothing this load of pollution is coming down that is why they are saying it is green understood
sir electric battery को तो charge करे तो अपनी इलेक्ट्रिक दरकार नै
एका कथा जोटा प्रवंजन प्रहराज कहले आपन क्वेश्चन भी सेटा हम पाखरे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जे पर्यंत हम कोयला रु जनरेट करजे हमें निजको 100% ग्रीन बली क्लेम करी परिबा नाही बट इफ यू एलिमिनेट आई डोंट नो इफ एनी वन ऑफ यू इज अवेयर जेते बेले दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट दिल्ली रे डीजल व्हीकल बस गुडा डीजल रु बंद कर देले द पोल्यूशन लोड इन दिल्ली वाज रियली अंडर कंट्रोल माने आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस दैट पर्सनली
So, sir, I know, sir. I am staying in Delhi. I know that.
So that is where. So that is the impact it will have. Now, Amara dekhantu. I will give you another example. you know, this vehicle scrapping policy, which is now government of India is bringing, that is one of the most important things. It should will also help us in preventing pollution. You know, all the old vehicles, they pollute more, and there was no rule, and nobody was even in our country. We are economically so poor that, you know, it is very difficult to go for replacement. But so that is why se truck semti chalto kala dhuan chhaduwa gote gaadi to apan pachare thia muho kala heijibo. So now all that is removed, so means some load is removed. Now if you removed at least all these personal vehicles and all from diesel and petrol, automatically you are removing some load. So that is what is the benefit. Otherwise, it is not exactly green. Even for producing a solar panel is not green, because for producing a solar panel, you are utilizing some power somewhere, and that power is, suppose it is based on coal base, then again you are not totally green. But the moment you produce a solar panel, and you start producing electricity, at least to that extent you are not generating carbon. So that is why it is green. For that matter, even a hydel project is not green, because a hydel project helps in generating methane. But it doesn't mean that all hydel projects should not be made. Okay. So please, already we are late. Thank you and all the best for 2000.